All right, I think we are live. What is up, everybody? Welcome to your daily dose of awesome, your live 50 minutes daily motivation, inspiration, and education so you can get your day started right. Today's topic is on how to obliterate negativity and negative people from your life, especially as it relates to network marketing. And so I had a great conversation with an old friend last night who I went to MIT with. And, it offered some insights for him as to basically how I've been living my life and how I've chosen to associate or disassociate with certain people, depending on essentially their opinion of what I do professionally. And so I want to share a few stories, a few anecdotes, and also give you some advice on how it is you can actually, one, influence the people that are close to you who are maybe negative, and two, deal with negative people, especially if those negative people happen to be people you respect or people of high intelligence. So I'll get into that in just a moment. Now, before I get started, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Frenny Sabalos. I'm a lead generation online marketing expert specializing in helping home business owners, that's network marketers, affiliate marketers, direct sellers, multiply their incomes using the internet. I built my first six-figure network marketing business within a couple of years of discovering the information we teach here at Elite Marketing Pro. And over the past 10 years, I've been responsible for over $13 million in gross income into my home businesses, and I've helped our clients produce hundreds of millions of dollars more, respectively, in their businesses as well. So what we do works. We actually have a thriving, growing community right now. We grow at least by 20-30% every single month now, which is awesome. And that's because we are a no BS community that teaches people what they need in order to take their business online, and our people are getting results, or else we wouldn't be growing at the rate we are. So, if you're new to our broadcast, I highly recommend you subscribe. We deliver some impactful content. Yesterday we had Russell Brunson, a multi-millionaire online entrepreneur and also network marketer, on the show, and so we have various trainers, 6, 7, and 8-figure earners, and as well as myself delivering training and our team delivering training every single day, absolutely free. You just have to subscribe. So if you're watching this on your mobile device, at some point you should see an option to subscribe or to get notifications when we go live. So click on that button. If that button's not there, then you can click on the video and a little ellipsis symbol will show up in the top right corner. I think maybe on the recording. I'm not sure if it shows up live. And then click on that. That'll bring up a menu where you can actually turn on live notifications and follow us on Facebook, so you don't miss this at all. When you get a live notification, it's just a little ping on your phone that you can click on it, join us live, or you can also click on it and watch the recording later. So with that said, let me see if we are live and make sure I'm not just speaking to the wind. Okay. There we go. What is up? Sure, I'm not just speaking to the wind. There you go. You guys hear me? All right. So, hey, Frida. Hello, Dorothy, Judy, Tiffany, Colleen. Awesome. So, drop me a number one right now in the comment section if you have dealt with negative people in your life as it relates to your network marketing business. So, give me a number one. I just want to see how relevant this topic is. I have a suspicion that it's pretty relevant, but just give me a number one and drop it in now. How to obliterate negativity and negative people from your life. So I was, I saw an old friend. I haven't seen him in over a year. His name is Retro. That's not actually his name, but it's his nickname. So Retro. So I went to school with him. He's a fraternity brother from MIT. He has like 4 degrees from MIT. In addition to being, designing cars, he designs systems. He's a mad genius type of guy, and but he's also very, very cool and very, very personable. And so he was telling me that, and nothing I didn't already know, but that a couple of our friends are from school who knew that I was involved in network marketing had a problem with me because I was involved in network marketing. And some of the one story I've already shared with people. I wrote a blog post about it. Actually, it's about challenging a friend to a fight because basically that friend was so negative about what I was doing. He basically every chance he got, he took it as an opportunity whenever we'd get together for some drinks and just socializing, not even talking business. he basically took it as an opportunity to shit on my business, and basically draw assumptions about what I was doing, saying that what I essentially do is a scam. He outright said that, and eventually I got so tired of it. I was like, dude, you know what? I believe so strongly in what I'm doing here that I'm willing to kick your ass to prove it. So if you're not going to shut up, let's go outside because I needed to stop one way or another. And so I it was pretty bold, but I was at my wits' end. And the fact of the matter was, it was true. I believe so strongly in what I was doing and the people I was serving and how I was serving them that I was willing to fight. I was willing to fight to keep that in my life. And if I had to, destroy a relationship, because, that one friendship wasn't worth not having the opportunity to impact all the lives at that time that I was already impacting and the lives that I would impact in the future. So that was just me personally. That's what I did in that moment situation. There was also this other person who was a roommate. So he actually was my freshman roommate at MIT, and we always remained friends. In fact, he is one of the most highly intelligent people that I've ever met. He has kind of like a photographic memory, so he remembers stuff. He's able to basically take in information and basically repeat it back to you. And so he's one of those people that learns easily and quickly, and he's highly intelligent. And so this person is someone I respected and spent a lot of time with at MIT because of their intelligence. And the more I hung out with them, the more I learned about engineering and about technology and certain things. However, he was very negative about what I was doing with network marketing, and it doesn't matter how many times I tried to explain things. He already had drawn assumptions and drawn conclusions. Now, the thing you have to remember when dealing with people who are negative is that intelligence does not equate to wisdom, and it does not equate to knowledge. In fact, if somebody is coming from a place of ignorance, their intelligence doesn't matter. And sometimes you're going to run into people, whether it's your family or friends or just whoever, or maybe it's a prospect that turns out to be negative, and they're highly intelligent, and maybe they can put together arguments better than you can as to why it is that what you're doing is illegitimate or whatever. And the bottom line is that if they're coming from a place of ignorance, all those things don't matter. Their credentials don't matter. Their background doesn't matter. They may be smart, but the bottom line is you know more about what you're doing than they do. You are more knowledgeable. You are more educated. Hopefully, you've done your homework as it relates to the value of this industry. So no one knows more about this profession or your chosen profession than you, and so you have to first be confident in the fact that you have that understanding, regardless of their intelligence. And here's the thing you have to know about cynics. So people who are cynical will never, who kind of shit on your dreams or what you're doing, will never provide you with an alternative opportunity. So they'll never, one thing I as a qualifier for anyone that was negative, when I was building my network marketing business in the beginning, eventually I started developing a qualifier for the types of people I would listen to, and my rule was simple. I'd listen to you if you're gonna provide me an opportunity to achieve my goals and dreams, an alternative opportunity. And so right now, network marketing is the only thing I have available to me that's gonna allow me to, take care of my job, get rid of my job, and move towards financial freedom. If you can provide me a better opportunity, then I'll listen. And that was essentially how I approached every conversation that was negative around me. What you'll see is that most people who are negative, the grand majority or all of them, will not provide you any alternative opportunity. They will be satisfied with destroying your dreams and your plans, and their satisfaction does not come from helping you achieve your goals and dreams. They want to crush them. They want to take them away. That gives them, because what do they want? They want basically the satisfaction of proving you right, or proving that they're right, and that you're wrong. That's what they're going for. And so being satisfied with just being right, meaning crushing your dreams and waiting for you to fail, that gives them the satisfaction, because they're going to be the I told you so type of people. So use that as a filter in terms of who you choose to listen to. And if it doesn't, if that most people you'll find will never provide you an alternative, they'll never make a suggestion. And let me convey this. Now, if you understand what I'm saying right now, if you've run into people who are just straight up cynics and have never provided you an opportunity, give me a number 2. Drop a number 2 in the comment section. But because that is critically important. If you are now able to recognize a cynic versus somebody that's actually wanting to constructively add value to your life, drop me a number 2. Now, so there, I wanted to share something because my buddy who I hung out with last night went to a baseball game. Had a great time at Dodger Stadium, and the whole game we're basically talking and almost ignored the game, which is cool. So that we have a mutual friend who also went to MIT, highly educated person who got involved in network marketing. In fact, she's involved with a very large and well-known, well-established company. And so she's gotten a lot of flack and a lot of negative feedback from other people that we went to school with about her as it relates to her involvement with this particular company. And I was aware that she was involved in a certain company, and we had exchanged a few messages briefly about her involvement. And one, I wanted to encourage her and let her know, hey, I'm in this industry too, and I've done pretty well for myself. And so I wish you nothing but the best. What I was hoping would happen is that she would, reach out to me and basically ask for help. I wanted her to basically be interested in my help, but sometimes people are in a stage where they're just going to focus in on what their particular company and organization are going to teach them, and they don't, want to look at elsewhere. And that was cool. But what I was telling my friend is as I've mentioned before, company doesn't matter. What the company you're with, their policies and procedures. We've already talked a lot about that in the past week, about the actual policies and the freedom they give you, and other things matter. Those things do affect. A company having a restrictive policy as it relates to building online is maybe not a good choice, and you're either gonna kill yourself trying to dance around their policies, or you're gonna find a company that's more progressive and friendlier. So that's just my honest opinion. And so what I relayed to my friend is a lot of people were negative with this particular woman who went to MIT with, who's now involved in network marketing. And what I would have suggested to her is I would have pushed her in a direction of a different company. So I would have because I just know what she's up for. And so it's going to be very difficult if she gets really good at network marketing. It's going to still be a huge, massive challenge to make any significant money with this particular business. And on top of that, network marketing is difficult enough as it is. Why make it more difficult by being involved with a company that's not aligned with your values? And she's an engineer, so it's you think she would want to incorporate more technology. So I was telling my friend, this is what I would have advised her, or try to push her in a direction. But notice, I'm not being negative about her company. I'm being realistic, and I would have also provided her an alternative plan to help her achieve her goals or dreams. Because my main objective in that conversation, that hypothetical conversation, would have been related to giving her some advice so she can achieve her goals, as opposed to a normal cynic, just a cynic who just will shit on her dreams and then walk away and be satisfied with knowing that her dreams were crushed. So if you understand what I'm saying, if you understand the distinction between the advice I would have given her versus the negative feedback that most people are giving her, drop me a number 3. Let me know that this is making sense. And if you've ever found yourself doing this, where you're telling somebody, you're trying to steer somebody in a direction that's going to still help them achieve their dreams, you're not just simply being negative. So drop me a number 3 if you understand the distinction between what I said about the advice I would have given her versus just the people in her life, which were pretty much either are no longer associated with her because they're so negative on what she's doing. So the bottom line here is that you want to be if you disagree with somebody, you want to be able to not only whatever you disagree with them, you want to move them away from whatever it is that is you think may potentially hurt them. And this is in general, not just in business. But you have to be not just a cynic. You can't just be the negative person that tries to destroy that person's plans, you need to provide people an alternative, and that's how you become a constructive member of that friendship, as opposed to being that negative person. And so what you'll find is that in your relationships, if you're the person that's doing that, and if you use that as a filter for other people who provide you feedback, you're going to be much happier and have more conviction. So the bottom line for me is that you have to have two things in order to make you immune from that negativity. Now, if that negative person is a spouse or is some family member that you're basically going to have to face on a day-to-day basis, you have to have conviction and you have to have belief in what you're doing. And I know it's said over and over again, like it's almost like a broken record where people in this industry tell you about belief and you have to believe in what you're doing. I mean belief like on the religious level. I mean belief like if you're a Christian and you would give your life up for Christ, if that's your faith, then it has to be almost at that level. Your conviction in what you're doing. I shared with you the story of challenging my friend to a fight. I was willing to fight, be injured, potentially even die. People die during fights, because I believe so strongly in what I was doing. So your conviction and belief has to be that strong in this industry, and it has to be that strong as it relates to your opportunities. Some of you are involved in opportunities that you truly don't believe in. You believe in this industry. You believe that it can happen. You see the people on stage. You see the people on the internet, on social media that are having success, and you believe it's possible. You just don't believe it's either possible for you, or you don't believe that the company is sound. Like, for whatever, you have some hidden issue with the company that you're not even willing to confront and acknowledge yourself. And that can be a problem. So you need to either be with a company that you can be convicted and believe in. You can believe in their product, what it can do for people. If you have that belief, I guarantee you that's going to get you 80-90% of the way there. And you have to have that belief and confidence so that if anyone negative ever comes your way, you're able to either deflect that negativity or basically retort if you want to get in an argument. I don't suggest arguments. I suggest just having the conviction and respecting other people's opinions, but saying, hey, this is where I stand, and this is where my belief stands. You also have to, and this relates to acknowledging what's potentially wrong with your company and what can be how it can be affecting your belief. You also have to be able to confidently accept and understand the flaws and negatives of your profession, of this profession. So I come on these Daily Dose of Awesomes a lot, and I talk about some of the things I don't like about network marketing, some of the things I don't like about the people in network marketing, some of the things I don't like about what the leaders do or company policy, etc. I can confidently talk about the negatives that I see, just like there are negatives in any profession. And I think a lot of leaders and a lot of people in network marketing put the blinders on as it relates to the negatives and drawbacks that exist in this profession. You have to be able to confidently talk about and accept that those things exist and be able to address them. Because guess what? The people that are negative or cynical in your life about network marketing, those are the things they zero in on immediately, those negatives. I talked about, a few months ago about John Oliver's, bit about network marketing on his show. He was, obviously he was extremely negative about network marketing, and that was the point of his whole bit. But the point is, 70-80% of what he talked about was actually correct. He actually made some very good points, and you got to be able to confidently understand what the negatives of your company are, and not put the blinders on. Negatives of the industry, or what people do, or how people behave sometimes. You got to be able to accept and understand why those things go on, so that you can essentially not only conduct yourself in a way that's not representative of those negatives, but also be able to confidently, again, deflect or deal with negative people in your life, because those are the things they're going to actually zero in on. And you denying that those things exist, isn't helpful. So I hope this makes sense. I hope this is powerful for you. If that last point was powerful for you, if it connected, give me a number 4 in the comment section with regards to being able to confidently accept and talk about the negatives or flaws about our profession, so that we can help deal with those issues, as opposed to put the blinders on. I think it's dangerous for leaders and trainers to put the blinders on, to not talk about the negatives. There's big events that happen in this space where that just make it seem like network marketing is all sunshine and rainbows, and there's none of the negatives. And that people don't switch companies, which is ridiculous. Trying to pretend that people don't do that. But if you guys, if that's making sense, being able to talk about the negatives so that you can essentially let that negative person know, yeah, I know about that stuff. And it does exist. By you acknowledging that, you actually disarm any negative people in your life. So let me see what's happening here. I know there was a quick question. Did he meet you outside, Carrie? No, he backed off as soon as I made the challenge. And here's the reason why he backed off, and I'll close with this. The reason my friend backed off when I challenged him to a fight is because he didn't have the confidence in his position. He didn't believe as strongly as I do in what he was telling me. He was coming from a place of ignorance. He was drawing certain assumptions. And so I, on the other hand, already had a lot of experience and success in this industry, and my training business was growing. And so I had a lot of confidence in what I was doing. In fact, I had actual data and results to prove that what I was doing works and it's helping people. He did not. And so as soon as I made that challenge, and he's like, "Whoa, Ferdy's, serious," he backed off because his belief wasn't there. He wanted to be that cynic, drawn on assumptions. But the bottom line is he was operating from a place of ignorance. Therefore, his belief and conviction will never be as high as mine. And hopefully, if you're in that situation, any cynic's belief and conviction in what they're telling you will never be as high as what you have, inside you. So hope that makes sense. Hope that's helpful. That's it. If you're somebody watching this and want to know more about what we do here at Elite Marketing Pro with regards to growing businesses on the internet, go to the link in the description if someone shared this with you, or go to EliteMarketingPro.com, and on there you'll have some opportunities. We have a big event coming up in Las Vegas, the No Excuses Summit. There's information there. Or you could also download a free online recruiting course called our Attraction Marketing Bootcamp. There's a little banner on that page as well where you can actually subscribe for that 10-day online recruiting bootcamp and learn more about how we build businesses using the internet as opposed to the normal grind that old school teaches. So with that said, let me see if there's any last minute comments or you're very welcome, Trina. Eric, thanks a lot, man. You were just crushing him. Dagmar, thank you. Tiffany, John, Colleen, Melinda, thanks so much for being on. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care, everybody.